Good evening, everyone. This video is going to be a trading review and support session for April 27th, 2022. So the markets have been pretty highly ranging the last few days. So it's led to some pretty good trading days in the morning and the afternoons. Just wanted to really kind of go over market conditions in on the daily chart real quick. So as we can see, this was today, right? It ended up being an up day following a large down day yesterday, right? And then had a little up day, so and then a large down day here and here, right? With things that are going on in the world. So we're back solidly under the 50-day moving average, and we're below, of course, the faster ones and even the longer ones as well. We're below the 200-day moving average, which kind of formed as some resistance up here. So the Feds are being more hawkish, meaning they're starting to talk about raising interest rates faster, and that's because inflation is running pretty high still and unabated. So the primary weapon they have from a Fed perspective on that is interest rates. So they've already raised the rates once by a quarter point, and we can expect 50-point raises from now on, right? So 50 basis points or half a point interest rates. And I think we're going to see several of those until we at least get to the neutral rate, right, which is 2.5%, and then we'll see if they go over the neutral rate. There's a lot of speculation that they're going to go over the neutral rate to make sure inflation is going to get in control, and that's going to happen this year for sure. Let's see, I can just minimize this, and there's that, and supply chain concerns with the China COVID lockdowns again, right? Shanghai is locked down, and of course my favorite thing to try to keep track of is the Russia invasion of Ukraine, all of which is causing uncertainty, and the market doesn't like uncertainty. So we'll see how it leads to higher volume trading days, which is pretty good for trading. So let's get kind of through this. Let's see, market was pretty flat around the open, right? It had not really gone too much. The market had kind of held on to the daily biases from overnight, so it is trying to do so again, right? So some opportunities here. I've sworn off trading in the first 3 minutes, but there's at least it behaved itself pretty quickly, in the first 3 minutes, and kind of moving up. The first trade was here. It didn't quite move out, came back down to the volume point of control in the midline area, punching out, and so I added to it and got out here and here prior to it reaching the VWAP again, right? I chased it again a little bit here. It had broken out, made a new high, chased it again here a little bit. I mean, it's not a deep chase, right? It's not like it's in the guide band, but chased it a little bit. So there's the first entry. Kind of does the exact same thing. Pulls back to the EMA area. Is popping up, and added to it here and was out again here, right? So first two trades required a second entry. I do it again. I must have been wanting to push the button this morning. So chase it again here, right? Came back down to the same exact area. So I added to it again, maybe a little bit speculatively. It came back down again. It's coming back up, right, from again the same support kind of area. So I added again a third one here, kind of late, but anyway, got a little bit of something out of it. Again, out again prior to the, which is one of the reasons I added again, is to get out prior to VWAP, but it got out anyway. So first three trades all required a second entry, second to third entry, but it all worked out just fine. So let's see, 642. I entered in a trade here, and this one just runs. Did okay. Chased it again a little bit here, right? So it's trying to bounce from a pretty low day. So that's some of what I'm doing. So chased again here, entered the second one, unit there, and got out, right? And then chased it again here. It's not a bad chase, but just a little bit. Right, the market is doing pretty well, and it's not the coffee break time yet. So entered here, entered in here again, and so exited here. All right, so out there, and then I had to walk away because I kept pushing the button. We're a little deeper into coffee break time, so I walked away. Kind of went sideways before the news came out, and I was watching it pretty closely here, and I got a little bit lucky. Otherwise, I would have had to reverse. But I got in this bar and got immediately out, and it went a few ticks, So I'm getting in and out inside that bar, and it even exceeded that sum, right? So if I hadn't have gotten out, for instance, then this would have required a reversal in the fast zone, which I would have hated, but it looks like it's breaking down this horizontal line here of support and the volume point of control, so it would have justified a reverse. So no entries through here, and there's really more trading opportunities today than I took. As I was kind of going through here, it's really I was really a little conservative on the number of trades that I took. So I took a trade here and got out. I'm already up quite a bit at this point. Some of these I think I'm picking 1 point on. Trade here, right, and I got out. Trade here long, right, and I only went for one point on this trade. That was my one kind of counter trend trade for the day. Traded again, coming back down. Now we're using the fast zone. Fast zone is holding pretty well as resistance. And so where was that trade I just saw? Oh, here, right? Didn't trade anything here. I mean, it was tradable. I probably was looking at my point count at that time. But completely tradable, and I guess I finally said, okay, well, I'll go for something else. So I waited all the way down here to take a trade, and then I was watching it, and it looked like it didn't want to necessarily go, and I could have used a few ticks just to put me over 20 points. So I settled for 3 ticks, and I got out of it, and then it did that, right? So at that point I was up 20 and a half gross, and with reasonable efficiency. I mean, I added to it, but never had to reverse today, and no other trades, right? So no other trade today. I mean, this would have been a counter trend trade coming from the value low, either value low or yesterday's close. I'm not too sure which one it was. And then even in here after 8 o'clock. I was already kind of checked out at that particular point, right? Spiking pretty nicely above the fast zone. Kind of, I don't like trades in the fast zone unless you just have to reverse or something because of your position, and then a little spiky through here, but didn't necessarily see anything great during that area. Later on, there was some. This one is not getting to be too bad, right? A lot of buying going on through here, expansions, 2-bar combinations, breaking above the fast zone. So all of that looks okay. So anyway, up 20 and a half points. I did trade a few more times in the afternoon, sort of at random times. So I ended up with 27.5 points gross with pretty good efficiency. So that was the day today. It was a pretty high volume day. Had high volume from overnight. Volume, it's a little bit jumpy, which sometimes is the reason to have to add two to get out. But never got out of control. I think 3 is the most I had on that one trade, and even at that, it wasn't really needed. I just kind of traded into the price action as it was coming to me, and it would have gotten out of the other exits anyway. All right, so so trading has been pretty good. I've had 3 pretty good days back to back now. So tomorrow will be Thursday. We'll see how that does. Any questions on that or the new software? Everybody should have it. Everybody should be using it. Okay, very good. Yeah, we're just following the indicators. So I like speed, and I'm trying to I'm continuing to look, and I will continue to focus on speed. And we do have some things at our control without changing the indicators. So continuing to look at that. All right. So have a great evening, and we will see you in the maybe in the trading room tomorrow. All right. Have a great night.